We've seen from the first episode that one bad choice can end a rapper's career overnight. But some artists seem determined to press self-destruct. Today, we're diving deep into the stories of rappers whose careers unraveled spectacularly. Pooh Shiesty emerged from Memphis's gritty streets with an authenticity you couldn't fake. His breakthrough hit, Back in Blood, wasn't just catchy, it felt dangerous. Every lyric dripped with street credibility, painting him as someone who handled problems directly. But reality collided violently with his lyrics, one fateful night in 2021 at King of Diamonds nightclub. A dispute over cash spiraled out of control, and Shiesty was escorted out by security. Any other rapper might have called it a night, walked away, and let things cool off. But Pooh Shiesty wasn't just any rapper. His image demanded confrontation. He stormed back inside, a gunshot rang out, and suddenly a security guard was wounded. Shiesty's decision to live out his lyrics didn't end well. He turned himself in, was denied bond, and by 2022 was handed a 5-year prison sentence. Could he have walked away? Absolutely. But when your biggest hit boasts about taking matters into your own hands, leaving quietly feels like a betrayal of your persona. Pooh Shiesty didn't just trap himself in that nightclub. He trapped himself within his own bravado. Yet not every rapper's downfall involves street violence. Some implode under the weight of their own contradictions. In early 2020, Tory wasn't just successful, he was untouchable. His quarantine radio dominated Instagram, pulling millions of viewers at a time when the world was locked down and craving entertainment. Collaborations like the What's Poppin' remix were charting everywhere, and streams were through the roof. But everything changed dramatically on July 12, 2020. After partying at Kylie Jenner's mansion, Tory, Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and Tory's bodyguard left together. Moments later, chaos erupted. A gunshot was fired, and Megan was left injured.
Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged with shooting artist Megan Thee Stallion.
At first, Megan claimed she'd stepped on broken glass trying to avoid further drama. But days later, she publicly accused Tory of shooting her, igniting a firestorm.
Yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying.
Social media exploded with speculation, instantly dividing fans into opposing camps. Tory stayed silent initially, later releasing an album filled with cryptic claims and questions, refusing to directly address what happened. The court case turned into a messy spectacle. Megan confessed to initially lying out of fear and anxiety. Kelsey secured immunity, but refused to clarify key details, leaving massive gaps in the story. Witnesses contradicted each other. Gun residue was found on multiple individuals, and a confusing jailhouse call from Tory, filled with vague apologies, only fueled more uncertainty. Still, the jury saw enough. Tory was found guilty, sentenced to 10 years, and immediately went from platinum rapper to convicted felon. Today, Tory's fans debate endlessly online. Was he framed? Did Kelsey shoot Megan? Could Megan be hiding something? Regardless, one thing remains undeniable. At the peak of his fame, Tory Lanez traded packed stadiums for prison cells. But if Tory sank under courtroom accusations, Tekashi 6ix9ine imploded by openly breaking rap's cardinal rule. He talked. Tekashi 6ix9ine didn't just enter the rap scene. He bulldozed through it with rainbow-colored hair, face tattoos, and outrageous antics. His viral hit Gummo wasn't just popular, it was unavoidable. Yet Tekashi wasn't satisfied with musical success alone. He aligned himself with the 9 Trey Bloods, using their notoriety to boost his own street credibility. But the alliance was volatile, and it soon backfired spectacularly. In 2018, federal agents arrested Tekashi and his associates, charging them with everything from racketeering to armed robbery. Facing decades behind bars, Tekashi did the unthinkable in the world of hip-hop. He flipped. The same man who'd screamed loyalty on records now testified against his former crew, becoming the star witness in his own downfall. Fans and fellow artists alike branded him a snitch, and overnight, his reputation shattered irreversibly. Upon release, Tekashi tried reclaiming his throne with hits like Gooba and Trolls. While initially successful, fans quickly tired of his antics. His stunts felt increasingly desperate, and record sales plummeted. Tours were canceled, shows flopped, and suddenly the loudest man in rap was left shouting into a void. Tekashi survived prison time, but his rap career didn't survive the snitch label, something unforgivable in hip-hop culture. While Tekashi weaponized controversy, another rapper, Iggy Azalea, found herself trapped in controversy she never fully understood. When Fancy exploded onto the charts in 2014, Iggy Azalea became an overnight sensation. But with instant success came intense scrutiny. Critics quickly accused the Australian rapper of cultural appropriation, questioning her southern drawl and authenticity.
The joy and the entertainment of hip-hop comes out of a certain element of pain. And yes, as a Malaysian Australian born across the other side of the world, I will never completely understand that pain. But I can acknowledge it, and I can be an ally, you know, and I can embrace it when people are going through struggles. And I think she's failed to do that. And she's also, even in terms of Australia, she said some quite disrespectful things about Aboriginal people, or at least ignorant things, and sort of batten down the hatches and become defensive. And so I don't think
Iggy came later and straight up jacked the name from Azalea Banks. Because I mean, the name Azalea Banks was already out and a thing when anyone first heard of Iggy Azalea.
Just in this country, whenever it comes to our things like black issues or black politics or black music or whatever, there's always this like undercurrent of kind of like a fuck you. There's always like a fuck y'all niggas, like y'all don't really own shit, like y'all don't have shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
While Iggy tried dismissing criticism as jealousy, things took a sharp turn when Nicki Minaj subtly jabbed her at the BET Awards, hinting at ghostwriters and manufactured talent.
My point is, what I want the world to know about Nicki Minaj is when you hear Nicki Minaj spit, Nicki Minaj wrote it.
Public perception shifted dramatically. Subsequent singles like Beg For It fizzled. Albums got delayed, and Iggy's increasingly defensive attitude on social media alienated casual listeners. A bizarre Twitter feud with Papa John's Pizza added fuel to the fire, making her appear out of touch and overly sensitive. Label issues followed, and soon she pivoted to OnlyFans, officially stepping away from mainstream music spotlight. Iggy Azalea went from Grammy-nominated artist to a punchline in less than 5 years, not because of violence or scandal, but because she misread the cultural moment and doubled down on the wrong responses. If Iggy self-destructed culturally, rapper b.o.b managed to sabotage himself in a way nobody saw coming. At his peak, b.o.b was unstoppable. Hits like Airplanes dominated charts, blending pop hooks with clever lyricism. But in 2016, b.o.b publicly declared his belief that the Earth was flat.
Rapper b.o.b, perhaps you know him for hits like Airplanes and Nothing on You. He firmly believes that the Earth is flat. He is on a tour.
What's up, y'all? This is b.o.b, Bobby Ray Bands, and right now we're talking about conspiracy theories.
He talked clones, secret societies, all the conspiracies YouTube recommends at 3 a.m. Social media erupted into laughter, but b.o.b wasn't joking. Instead, he doubled down, arguing publicly with astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, fully embracing his new identity as conspiracy evangelist. He even went ahead and released a diss track just to prove his argument.
Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest. They probably write that man one hell of a check. Flatline.
Labels backed off quickly. Radio DJs hesitated to play his records. Fans who loved his relatable hits suddenly didn't know what to think. Despite continuing to release music, B.o.b's mainstream career fizzled out. Instead of enjoying radio play, he found himself featured mainly in memes and late-night comedy routines. He didn't just lose the plot, he rewrote one that nobody wanted to read.